You know, I actually have a confession to make. I forgot, well, actually, I had no idea that The Masked Singer started at 8. I thought it started at 9. Because, in my defense, you have 3 performers left. Each of them will take about a 10-minute time slot to get through each and every one when you get to the finals. So, okay. Assuming that you actually have, a commercial break between each and every person who's masked, that's only an hour. So last night I took a little bit of a cat nap so I'd be able to, stay awake and be able to watch the rest of the Masked Singer. I ended up waking at 9:15. And then I'm thinking, how are you going to fill 2 hours? And pretty much all they did was, talk about, the cast and, them going through this whole journey, let's say, of, what's gone on so far in the last 9 episodes of The Masked Singer. Which, I think it's kind of nice. A nice retrospective. I do like a good retrospective if done correctly. And, I mean, again, from what I saw, it was done very well. So, there you go. And then at 9 o'clock, from start to finish, I was glued to the edge of my seat. And when it came to seeing who actually won from 3rd to 2nd to, the actual winner, while waiting for the celebrity to be unmasked, I actually found the entire way to be unbearable. Come on, final day in final February. Last Singer finale was last night. You bet this little guy had to make an appearance. I should know, because I actually watched The Masked Singer with this adorable little thing. So I have an eyewitness to all of this. An adorably cuddly one, too. Happy Thursday, everybody. Yep. So, yep. It is the last day of final February. Trying to promote to help my friend raise money for the food bank at the Southern Tier, which is very nice. And so, with that said, fair warning. Actually, I probably could have said this at the very beginning of the video. Actually, I'll put it in the description. This entire video is most likely going to be one gigantic spoiler alert. So, yeah, imagine that the spoilers already started. So, there you go. With that said, for those of you who have been paying attention to The Masked Singer, the final 3 contestants were the Peacock, the Monster, and the Bee. Funny enough, I do believe... Actually, no, never mind. The Monster and the Peacock were the 1st and 3rd performance of this entire season. And the Bee was actually the final performance of the first 12 to go on. So, yeah. In a way, it all comes full circle. Now, man, I don't even know where to begin with this. Well, let's get one thing out of the way. With it being the final performance for each of the 3, finalists, to say that each and every one had to completely and utterly step up their game is a bit of an understatement. And my goodness, did they ever. Now, it was, the Peacock saying shake a tail feather. The Bee saying I can't love you or something like that. I forget the name of the song. I'm so sorry. And actually, I'll get to the Monster in a minute, even though Alright, so we get to, each and every one of the final 3 celebrities performs their last song. And so, again, we're just waiting and waiting and waiting for each and every celebrity to be pick to be unmasked, because that's essentially what the final half hour of this 2-hour thing was. Just, spend 10 minutes unmasking a celebrity, commercial break, and, rinse, repeat. With that said, I not only almost got everyone right at the very end, but I actually almost picked the order as to who is going to be third, second, then first. Because, believe it or not, in third place, it ended up being the bee. In second place was the peacock. And in first place, the winner was the monster. Now, don't misunderstand me. All three performances were spectacular. It's just, I really thought that the bee deserved to get second place and the peacock deserved to get third. But, in the end, it doesn't really matter. All three performances were very good. I'm certainly going to go back onto YouTube and watch the performances again, even though I clearly know who is underneath each and every one of them now. And so, with that said, how about we get into who ended up being underneath the mask and what my thoughts are on about all of it. So, I did say that in third place was the bee. Now, before each unmasking, the judges get one final call as to who is underneath the mask. And I said this yesterday, and pretty much everyone except for Ken Jeong was in agreement as to who the bee was. We all said it was Glass Knight. And sure enough, it was. It was actually Glass Knight. Now, when Glass Knight was asked by Nick Cannon why she would do... And actually, before I go into that, Nick Cannon once said, I don't know if you remember this, but I was a little boy in North Carolina, and, you told... And Aretha... why did I say Aretha Franklin? It's Glass Knight. Glass Knight told Nick Cannon that if you work hard, you can make your dreams come true, and, all these years later, Nick Cannon and Glass Knight standing up on stage together, if that's not coming full circle, I don't know what is. And Glass Knight gave Nick Cannon a little smooch. I'm like, man, that's lucky. I want a Glass Knight smooch. I want some sugar on that. That's awesome. Anyway, what can I say? It's Glass Knight. The Empress of Soul. And if I ever got an opportunity to meet her, I would treat her as such, because she is that awesome. Although it was Kenan Thompson who came back to be a guest judge, who said, within seconds, I knew it was you because I grew up with your music. My parents grew up with your music. And then Kenan Thompson went on to go and to say that, for years, she's been a prolific voice of, the black community. Because, again, Kenan Thompson did say that he was the only black judge, on there. And not that I have any authority to say any of this at all, but, you're a famous musical icon. Several generations have grown up listening to your music. To say that, to refer to her as not only the voice of the black community, but also the voice of a generation, it's an understatement. So, Miss Gladys Knight, I can say, just like when I was a kid, your performances on The Masked Singer were nothing short of extraordinary. Thank you very much for entertaining me, for entertaining, the masses for all these many years, and technically, because of The Masked Singer, you're still doing it now, so awesome. If I could do like a sound effect, I would do like the Mario 1-up sound, like dun 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 dun. Anyway. So, now we get to the second place finisher, which was the peacock. Now, admittedly, this is one that I was wrong about, but it was actually one of two people that everyone thought it was. See, I guessed it was Neil Patrick Harris, when a lot of people were doing that as well, but other people were guessing, Donny Osmond. And sure enough, that's who it was. The peacock ended up being Donny Osmond. And so, when Nick Cannon asked Donny Osmond, like, why he would do this, you know, he said, because it's fun. It's even more fun than being Donny Osmond, which I thought that was really nice. Although, fun fact, literally after each and every performance that, you know, Donny Osmond had on The Masked Singer, and Donny Osmond said this himself, he actually flew back to Vegas to perform there. So, yeah, Donny Osmond was pretty busy. But all the hard work paid off because, you know, he definitely deserved as far of a place as he got on The Masked Singer, I should say. So, yes. Now we get into the final, the champion, the ultimate winner of The Masked Singer, the Monster. Now, this was actually rather humbling for me because a lot of people, and I do mean a lot of people, were guessing it was T-Pain. And it got to the point where there were so many people that, to be honest, I actually thought it ended up being T-Pain as well. And here's the funny thing. None of the judges guessed T-Pain at all. No one. So, you can imagine the shock of probably everybody in the room when it turns out that the monster was in fact T-Pain. It was funny because before the monster was unmasked, Nick Cannon said, I'm going to write down on a piece of paper the name of who I think is underneath there. You know, he kept it in his, coat pocket. And so, the judges make their final guess. The monster is unmasked. It turns out to be T-Pain. Nick Cannon was also right. It was T-Pain. So, okay. Well, first things first, I'm going to buy as much, I'm going to buy as much of T-Pain's music as I possibly can, because I keep forgetting how awesome he is. And then, no kidding, the very first time I ever heard T-Pain's music was, believe it or not, when he did a collaboration with, believe it or not, Kanye West of all people, in a song called Flight School, which, I don't think I've ever actually said this, but Flight School is my favorite T-Pain song, and probably my favorite Kanye song as well. I actually first heard that song because way, way, way back, when my brother and his then girlfriend, now wife, were dating, she actually made him a mixtape. And that mixtape did include Flight School. And so my brother and I actually spent the day at Darien Lake, and I swear, for the entirety of Darien Lake is a big amusement park. That's somewhat near here, near the Buffalo area. Anyway, we probably spent like a good majority of that car ride going to and from Darien Lake listening to Flight School. So, that's my T-Pain experience. And so, after everything is all said and done, I'm sad. I'm feeling sad that, The Masked Singer is over. And then, they pulled the biggest jerk move ever by having T-Pain sing Stay With Me again. Like what he did, the week before. And I'm thinking, dude, Justin and I couldn't be any more sad. Now y'all gonna make me cry. Because I am telling you one thing right now. A lot of people will always, give T-Pain, smack for, using autotune. But whether or not he's using autotune, that guy can sing. Infinitely better than I can. So, yes. Of course, I'm basically on the verge of getting, must avoid feeling feels until, and then, another birds are crying, and then as the credits are rolling, the announcer says, Season 2 of The Masked Singer coming soon. Like, okay, now I feel better. Which means we're getting another season of The Masked Singer! Yes! We are getting another season of The Masked Singer! Oh, man. I am so happy for that. I can't wait till Season 2. Because you know what? I love doing these videos, talking about The Masked Singer. I think they're becoming... They're starting to become some of my favorites, which I wish I could do more, but you know, The Masked Singer Season 1 is officially over. Now we gotta wait till Season 2 to come out, whatever that is. So, when The Masked Singer Season 2 comes out, you guys know where I'm going to be, and you guys know exactly what I'm going to be doing. And more often than not, probably, we're going to get an appearance from this little guy. Hello. So, all that's left to do now is wait for the weekend to start and get ready to relax. You know, we have a new episode of Hot Ones today, which, according to Instagram, the guest is Offset, who, I'm not going to lie, is a guest who I don't know who that is, but it should still be a fun episode nonetheless. Now, if you excuse me, I actually have a lot of stuff to do today, and it snowed like 3 to 5 inches right now, so I should probably get going and be careful about it. Which also reminds me, if any of you guys are in the Horseheads, Corning, Elmira, Big Flats area, you know, we obviously did get 3 to 5 inches of snow, so please drive safe. Thank you. So, like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I can really use support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms. You know, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. And as always, I'm very humble. I made this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful Thursday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear, and I'll always have your back. Take care, and make good choices.